Okay, so in these videos, I'm going to cover summoning from the extra deck. So anything summoned from the extra deck is inherently a special summon. And so we can potentially special summon from the extra deck as many times as possible per turn. The first type of summon that I'm going to cover is actually the most recent addition to the game, and that is Link Summon. Now, anything that is summoned from our extra deck has to go into either one of these two extra monster zones. We're allocated one of those extra monster zones each at the start of the game, and the first person to special summon from the extra deck can choose which extra monster zone they go into. A Link Summon is probably the easiest form of special summon we can do from our extra deck. We simply decide which card we wish to Link Summon, and we look at its summoning conditions and its link rating. So in this case, I'm going to Link Summon Subterra Behemoth Fiendess, which requires 2 flip monsters. It's a Link 2 monster, so to be able to put this on the field, I am going to need at least 2 flip monsters, and I'm going to need to meet its Link 2 condition. So I've got Subterra Behemoth Volteric and Subterra Behemoth Ultramathus. I'm going to tribute those, sending them to the graveyard, and that allows me to Link Summon Subterra Behemoth Fiendess. At that point, this then opens up 2 potential other extra monster zones. So you follow down the red arrows from the card, and that'll tell you where you can then summon your next extra monster to. So now I'm going to summon a Nightmare Cerberus, which is a Link 2, and it requires 2 monsters with different names. So in this case, I'm going to use my Subterra Nemesis Warrior and my Subterra Guru. And I'm going to tribute those off, and I can choose whether I put this now in line with this red arrow here, or in line with this red arrow here. And so I'm going to summon my Nightmare Cerberus there. It is possible to summon down, across, and back up to your opponent's extra monster zone, effectively locking them out from using extra monsters. My last link that I'm going to do is going to be a Nightmare Griffin. This requires 2 monsters with different names, but it's a Link 4. Now, I could, if I had 4 monsters on the field, tribute 4 monsters to get out my Nightmare Griffin. But I can also count the link ratings of the 2 monsters that are on the field and use those as link materials. So my Nightmare Cerberus is a Link 2, and my Subterra Behemoth Fiendess is a Link 2. So what I can actually do is I can tribute both of these monsters to summon my Nightmare Griffin. Or alternatively, I could, if I had another monster on the field, tribute my Nemesis Warrior and my Fiendess and my Cerberus to summon my Nightmare Griffin. Another card text you will find is a term called co-linked. And co-linked is where we have 2 link monsters where their arrows are pointing to each other. At that point, those monsters count as co-linked. So Subterra Behemoth Fiendess is pointing to a black arrow on the Nightmare Griffin, and so that does not count as co-linked. But the Nightmare Griffin has got a red arrow pointing to the Cerberus, and the Nightmare Cerberus has got a red arrow pointing to the Griffin. And that would count as co-linked. That's all for the video on link summoning, guys. I'm going to be backing up through the various types of summoning sort of as they have come out. And so my next video is going to be on XYZ summoning. I'll see you in the next video.